Hello guys and welcome back. So now in this video we're gonna save our difficulty levels. So for saving it right here we're gonna create a method for it by the name of save settings. Okay, and we're gonna save our data using the player prefs. Okay, you can read more about the player prefs on Unity documentation, so make sure that you go ahead and check it out. Alright, so now in order to save the time between waves and zombie per wave, for that what we're gonna do, we will say right here player prefs dot set float. Let's create a float in here by the name of time between waves, and make sure that you doesn't name this similar to this one. Okay, this float right here, the t is small, and right here I have make the t capital. Okay, so make sure that you change the name right here, and then we will pass this float right here to this time between waves. So now whatever the value of this time between wave is, it will get stored in here whenever we press the save button. Okay, now after this we will say player prefs again, and this time we will say set integer. We will create an integer in here by the name of zombies per wave, and let's call the zombie per wave integer in there. Alright, then after this, in order to save the player prefs to your disk or SSD or anything you have in your PC, so we will say player prefs dot save, and that is all. Okay, now we're gonna call this save settings method on our save button, so we can do the same thing as we did for our set normal and hard difficulty. So right here at the bottom, create a reference to our save button. So we will say public button. Let's name this as save button. Then in here, let's copy this and make sure that you make this line at the very bottom. Okay, before doing these changes, I mean after these changes. So right here we will say save button dot on click dot add listener, and in here we will call save settings. Now if we get right here, we need to provide the save button. So inside the buttons we have this save button, and it has a on click event as well. So let's go ahead and drag and drop it, and when you do that, then get back right here, and what we're gonna do, whenever this save settings is called and everything is saved, then after that we want to show some message so that we know that the data is saved or not. Okay, so make sure that you type this message as well. Now save the script again, get back right here, and then let's play the game. Alright, let's click on settings. Here it is. If we click on hardcore, as you can see, everything is right here. Now if you click on save, as you can see, it called the save setting method, and it shows this debug message which is saved. Okay, so now this hardcore uh, uh, difficulty level is selected and saved. Okay, so now if we play the game again, let's click on settings. Let's now select the normal difficulty level. Okay, let's click on save. Let's stop the game, play it again. Click on settings. As you can see, it is now normal. And if we select hardcore, click save, and then let's stop the game. Okay, let's play it again. keep click on the main menu. Okay, click on it. As you can see, when the game starts, the values are now not as same as the hardcore level. Okay, because we selected this hardcore and we click save, so now it saved the data. Okay, and when we stop the game and play it again, it doesn't load that data back again. Okay, so now we need to load the saved data back again on our main menu. Okay, we will be also loading that data inside our maps. Okay, the two maps when we are playing the game, but we also need to load that data right here on the main menu. Okay, because if the player make any changes to the game difficulty and the other controls and we didn't load that data back again, then it is actually a waste of time for the player. So we now save it. Now we want to load that data back again. So in order to load the data back again, what we're gonna do, we can create a method for it right here by the name of load settings, and in here we want to load the time between waves and zombie per wave. So what we're gonna do, we will first of all check if the player prefs have the data stored inside this time between waves. Okay, first of all we're gonna check that. So we will say player prefs dot has key, okay, for the time between waves. So if it has something for time between waves, then we will set that to our time between waves float. Okay, so we're gonna say uh, player refs dot, this time we're gonna say get float. Okay, right here we say set float, right here we will say get float, and we want to get the time between waves. Alright, so now whatever is in the time between waves will be equals to this. Okay, now we can do the same for our zombie per wave. So we can just simply copy and paste it right here, change this to zombies per wave, then right here zombies per wave will be equals to player prefs dot get, this time it will be integer. Okay, the I must be capital, get integer, and we want to get the zombies per wave. All right, once you do this, you can now call this method in here when the game starts. Okay, we want to call our load settings. Okay, so I will say, actually right here after this default values we will say load settings, and that is all. Now we can just simply remove that if you want. Okay, so now whenever the game started, it will automatically load all of the data. Okay, save the script, get back right here. Now if we played, it will select the hardcore mode and shows the values, as you can see 7 and 8. Okay, now if we change it to normal, it is now, as you can see, 10 and 4. So click on save. As you can see, it is saved. Let's stop the game, let's play it again, and now it will be 10 and 4, as you can see. Okay, so now it is loading the data. And also if you want, we can also show a message as well that loaded. Okay, or you can say game loaded, and right here we will say game saved. Get back right here, let's play the game. As you can see, it is showing game loaded, and it also loads the game as well. So now we can save this difficulty levels. Okay, now the next thing which we will be saving and then loading, it is this mouse smoothing and mouse sensitivity. Okay, so in the next video we're gonna do that as well.